There will come a night when the lights will not return, when the sun sets and does not rise, when darkness covers the earth so thick, it will choke the breath of every living soul. And in that darkness, the world will remember the power of the God it forgot. It has been spoken for centuries. From the deserts of Egypt to the catacombs of Europe. The prophecy of the 3 days of darkness. Some say it is myth. Others whisper that it has happened before. But the question that burns in silence is this. Could it happen again? In the book of Exodus, God sends plagues to Egypt, judgments against a hardened king and a rebellious people. The 9th plague was not a storm, not a sword, not fire from heaven. It was absence. A silence that screamed. A void that swallowed cities. The Bible says, a thick darkness fell over the land of Egypt for 3 days. No one could see anyone else or move about. Yet all the Israelites had light in the places where they lived. It was not ordinary darkness. It was judgment. Tangible, paralyzing, supernatural. The kind of darkness that pierced the soul. But that was long ago. Today, the world is lit with screens and artificial light. Satellites orbit the globe. Power grids hum endlessly. We feel safe in the glow of man-made light. We forget how fragile it is. And yet, in the background, whispers grow louder. Prophets, mystics, and seers, some ancient, some recent, have all warned of a coming event. A blackout that will silence the earth. A darkness that will fall without warning. They speak of 3 days where the sun will vanish, and only those prepared in spirit will survive without fear. Saints like Padre Pio described it in vivid detail. A darkness so intense that no flame will light unless it was blessed. A time when demons would be loosed upon the earth. People locked in their homes, shutters closed in prayer. The world outside, tormented and judged. These are not just stories of religion. Science, too, has begun to echo with warnings. Solar flares capable of destroying power grids. EMPs that could render all technology useless in an instant. Warnings of a global blackout. An event that could plunge even the most advanced nations into silence. NASA has recorded increasing solar storm activity. Experts say the Earth is overdue for a magnetic disruption strong enough to fry satellites, blackout cities, and erase digital memory. One wave from the sun. One flash. And the world could fall dark. Not for hours, but for days. But what if it's not just physical? What if what's coming is spiritual in nature? The Bible tells of another time of darkness. When Jesus hung on the cross, the sky turned black for 3 hours. In the middle of the day, creation mourned its creator. That darkness was not a natural eclipse. It was the weight of sin, the sorrow of heaven, the silence of divine judgment. The prophets of old spoke of a time when darkness would once again cover the earth. Not only as a sign, but as a sword. Isaiah wrote that the moon will be disgraced and the sun ashamed when the Lord rises in judgment. Joel said, the sun will be turned to darkness before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. What if the 3 days of darkness is not a Catholic legend or scientific theory, but a final divine warning? Imagine it. One moment, normal life. Traffic. Laughter. Routine. Then without warning the light dies. Phones stop working. Planes fall. Panic spreads. But no one can see. The night does not end. People cry out. Some remember the prophecy and hide. Others mock it until they are swallowed by it. Churches fill with the sound of weeping. The world is blind. But somewhere in hidden places candles burn. Prayers rise. The faithful remain calm. Because they were told. Because they believed. What would happen in those 3 days? Would demons roam, as ancient prophecies say? Would portals open between the physical and spiritual realms? Would people hear voices, see shadows, be tested in ways they cannot explain? In Egypt, only God's people had light. In the final darkness, will that be true again? The fear is not just of the dark, but of what comes with it. A world stripped of sound, of connection, of comfort. Alone with its sin. Confronted with its pride. Exposed before a holy God. Those who live in the light will not fear the night. But those who live in shadows will be swallowed by it. This is not about candles or food. This is not a survival video. This is a spiritual wake-up call. Are you ready to endure the silence? To pray when others scream? To wait when others run? Because if this prophecy is real, and if the darkness comes, we must already be in the light before it arrives. There will be no time to prepare once it begins. The earth will groan, the skies will weep, the heavens will close their eyes, and for 3 days, time will freeze. Then the light will return. But the world will never be the same. And you will remember this message, not because of fear, but because deep inside you knew. The light was always borrowed. The power was never ours. And only those who belong to the light will walk through the dark unshaken. So ask yourself now, if the sun never rises tomorrow, where will you be found? In panic, or in peace? In terror, or in truth? In darkness, or already living in the light?